Secretary Noam, we have seen a consistent pattern of lies and deceit from the Department of Homeland Security under your leadership. I'm not just talking about the false claims that you and others at DHS have spread in attempting to smear Alex Preddy, Renee Good, and other victims of ISIS deadly tactics, all of which are well known. I'm talking about the dishonesty and deception that has become commonplace throughout your agency. One of the most brazen incidents occurred last week at Columbia University, where 5 DHS agents conned their way into a university-owned apartment building at 6 a.m. They were pretending to be police officers searching for a missing child. But this was nothing more than a ruse to gain access to the apartment of a student originally from Azerbaijan, Eli Agayeva, a senior studying neuroscience and politics. A public security officer on the scene asked for a warrant, but none was produced, and they proceeded to arrest Eli. It is black-letter law that a government agent cannot lie about searching for a missing child to gain entry to a residence. It's literally the example they give in the criminal procedure textbook. But your agents deliberately misrepresented themselves to gain access to Eli's apartment. Fortunately, hours after Eli was taken into custody, following a public outcry and a meeting with Mayor Mamdani, President Trump intervened and secured her release. If Eli had been among the worst of the worst that you claim to target, surely the president would not have pushed for her release. But this is just one example of an out-of-control department under your leadership. My own office was the victim of your agents' deceptive tactics last year, when DHS agents entered my office under false pretenses, claiming that my staff was, quote, harboring rioters, when video clearly showed this was not the case. A statement issued by DHS claimed the agents were doing a, quote, security check, and yet the video that has been released shows them handcuffing a staffer, demanding access to non-public areas of my office without a warrant, denying that they even needed a warrant when challenged by a member of my staff, and never once asking about the safety and security of my staff. More lies. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for Nurul Amin Shah Alam, an elderly, nearly blind refugee from Burma living in Buffalo. 2 weeks ago, he was left abandoned by U.S. Customs and Border Patrol agents outside of Tim Hortons coffee shop an hour after they closed, in the cold and in the dark, with no shoes on, miles away from his home. 5 days later, he was found dead. Mr. Shah Alam escaped the genocide in his home country just to die here because Border Patrol could not be bothered to take him home or to tell his family where they had released him. When the story came out in the press, DHS claimed that they had dropped